It's story time. Story time. Let's read it story time. Story time. I'm geeked, it's story time. Story time. You and me, it's story time. Story time. Let's achieve. Hello and welcome to Story Time with me, Kayla. How's everyone doing? We are still in the month of February and we are still hidden with the celebrating Black History Month. Last time we read a book about Maya Angelou, but this week we're going to learn about some men in history as we celebrate little black boys in this episode of Storytime with Kayla. Are you ready to see what we're going to read? I got it for Christmas, actually. We are going to read The Joys of Being a Little Black Boy. That's right. Written by Valerie Reynolds and illustrated by Chris Turner. Are you ready to see what this is about? Here we go. Ready, set, let's begin. The Joys of Being a Little Black Boy. Written by Valerie Reynolds. Illustrated by Chris Turner. Here we go. Ooh. My name is Roy, and I live in one of the best cities in the world, Chicago, Illinois. There is my pretty mama. She says Chicago is the best because it's the home of the first black president, President Barack Obama. Yep, that's my president. And this here is my dad. His name is Roy, too. He's a doctor who helps take care of me and you. When he was a boy, he wanted to be like Charles Drew, a black doctor who blazed a trail in blood transfusion. Yep, it's true. Excellence of performance will transcend artificial barriers created by man. Dr. Charles Drew. Today is going to be so cool because I am part of an assembly at my school. We get to talk about who we are today, and here is what I'm going to say. My name is Roy, and I am proud to be a young black boy. There are a lot of men who started out as a boy like me. Their strength and courage is no doubt what set me free. Many think our story starts with slavery, but really it starts in Africa with royalty and bravery. The boy king of Egypt became king when he was just 9. That's how old I am. Doesn't that blow your mind? So when they tell you that our history starts as slave, that's a decoy. King Tut's reign proves there's power in being a young black boy. Yes, there is, and don't ever forget that. Did you know that a free black man founded this great city? His name is Jean-Baptiste Point du Sable. It's in the books, though that part is itty-bitty. When summer vacation begins and all of the spoils of the city you enjoy, take great pride and say thank you to the man who was once a young black boy. Yes, I love that line. Frederick Douglass was a boy slave who taught himself how to write and read. See, back then it was against the law for blacks to know how to read, no matter how much one might beg and plead. So the next time you're reading a book, like now, don't play coy, read loud, read proud. This is yet another great joy of being a young black boy. Langston Hughes was a great writer who reminded us that life will be no crystal stair and that we must keep on pushing forward and choose not to despair. So when your days are filled with little sisters, homework, and other things that annoy, remember that for us, my friends, These should be the joys of being free black boys. Did you know that at his high school, Martin Luther King Jr. was the team quarterback? Perhaps here is where he learned how to call plays, take a stand, and lead a pack. So when you're outside throwing that ball, remember it's more than just a toy. This is the joy of being a young black boy. One of my personal favorites is Malcolm X. He taught us how to respect and stand up for ourselves. This made others vex. The next time you find yourself feeling low, stand tall and enjoy. Malcolm taught us the strength, pride, and beauty in being a young black boy. Have you heard the words of greatest boxer Muhammad Ali? Or you may know him as Cassius Clay? He wasn't the greatest just because he could fight, but because he stood up and made the world hear what he had to say. The next time you find yourself in the midst of battle, it's okay to put your fist down and fight with poise. This is a responsibility that comes with age for young black boys. After graduating high school, Colin Powell joined the ROTC. When he did this, becoming the first black Secretary of State is something he never thought he'd be. So when you start to work, don't think of it as a job that just employs. There are the first steps to making powerful men out of playful young boys. Like our boys from Jackie Robinson West, maybe I can play in the Little League World Series one day. I hope to play as long as them, or maybe be as good as Monet. Though some use tactics that tried to destroy, I remember the day they won and the whole world saw the joy in being a young black boy. Does the name Madiba ring a bell? It's another name for Nelson Mandela, who spent almost 27 years in jail. No, not for doing anything wrong, but fighting for justice and standing strong. You see, belief and resistance is sort of how our freedom has been alloyed. Mandela ended up becoming president of South Africa. That makes me even prouder to be a young black boy. So many people are frightened by who we are. That's because they know our ancestors planted the seeds for us to grow wide and far. But I am here to tell you that what's in our DNA cannot be destroyed. And though it may not always be easy, there is true joy in being a young black boy. All these people. Yay. The end. I love how Miss Valerie Reynolds took us in, like, all throughout the years, all the different leaders and black men who has uplifted the black community in such a positive way, and how it's true, our little ones are watching. And that creates an image, a positive image for our little black boys to continue to want to create a continuous cycle of wanting to be positive and uplift their community and be free and carefree and do out of the norm things. So thank you for this. I like this book a lot. I got it for Christmas. My sister bought it for me. Thank you for joining me today. It's time to say goodbye. Are you ready? Do you see my shirt? You're not women of color. Goodbye, 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 my friends. Goodbye to you. I hope to see you again real soon. Be proud of all your work tonight. Now climb into bed and sleep real tight. On the count of 3, let's say goodnight. 1, 2, 3. Good night. Sorry, I was looking. I saw my neighbor almost slip on some ice. He okay though.